Hi all, this is Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York, where today was a beautiful day. Weather-wise, it was a wonderful beach day. Dr. J took full advantage and spent practically from most of the day, let's say, at the beach. Just finished a little dinner and I'm ready to analyze the markets for next week. That includes the Dow, which has got me scratching my head, scratch, scratch. Because, I've pointed out this confounding gravestone doji, which has been a strong indicator of a pullback every time it comes after a bit of a run-up. What did we have on Friday on the Dow? We had a gravestone doji. And we just missed by this much an all-time high. So I want to see that all-time high turned in real bad before any correction occurs, if there is to be one. And there may be, because I don't like the gravestone doji. So that doesn't mean we can't make a new all-time high first before correcting. And that's the scenario that I actually think will occur. We go up and then we yo-yo down and we yo-yo around for the rest of the week, giving back a little ground before we solidified our positions in the markets and start going up again. So I do think we will get a small pullback, maybe 3%, 2 to 3% in the Dow, likewise in the RUT. I'm charting the Dow, I'm charting the RUT. I'm also charting, once again, we're looking at CVM, tremendous, interesting play in the biotech space. Interesting if you're out of it, and quite exciting as opposed to interesting if you're in it, because you've got to be in it to win it, because it's all or nothing. You're pushing your chips all in if you're in CVM. The data readout could occur at any day. The IDMC committee can say, okay, the study is over, and it'll be too late to sell, too late to cash in on those doubles and triples that many of us are sitting with. Yes, I am sitting with probably close to a three-bagger on early money, or definitely a three-bagger on some of my earlier buys. And then I sold some at 10, bought 7, bought back at 5, maybe at 4. I don't remember every number I bought back at. In any event, I've got a lot riding on the data readout, which, like I said, could occur Monday. It could occur September, October, November, who knows? And we'll talk more about it when I look at the chart. Of course, I'm also charting the worst performing biotech and worst performing pot stock, and the best performing pot stock of the big four between CGC, Kronos, tlry, and Aurora. The best of them would be tlry over the recent week to 10 days. The worst of them, CGC. And what did Dr. J do? I added to CGC just a little bit. But a bad timing. I should know to wait till after earnings, as CGC took it on the chinny chin chin on earnings, on bad earnings on Friday. Okay, so with that, let's get to the video charts. As always, your own due diligence. My opinion is strictly my own. Do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe to the blog if you haven't already. Tell your friends about me. Give me a thumbs up. You can pat me on the back if you like, or not. In any event, let's get to the video charts. Hopefully, we can together figure out what is going on in the market. When I say together, I have a bunch of confidants that I've made fortunate enough to have made acquaintance with using social media. And we'll check in with, I'm sure they'll check in with us, and we'll see if they have any opinions. Usually they do. So let's look first at the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. I'm also going to take a quick look at the chat and see if anybody feels like chatting with me, writing down any chat messages. I don't mind if you do. So I'm looking at the live viewing, and there are viewers watching live. And already Greg is on, Jigglypuff is on, Lyndon Roll, and who else? A few others. But Lyndon, you want to know IGC, my thoughts on IGC? I have none, but I will take a look at it. Maybe not tonight, but I will look at it. Buckhead Creek is on. Jigglypuff. We discussed PTN in here a few months ago. They got FDA approval after hours Friday. Could fly Monday. Jigglypuff, who was in it for the longest time and took a few pennies profit? You know who. Yours truly. I was charting it like a crazy person. You're absolutely right. But I was not a crazy, I was a crazy person because I didn't wait. And I told everyone that was watching my vlog that the only reason I'm selling PTN is I'm tired of waiting. It's not that I didn't like it, it's just that I got tired of waiting. I thought I could move into something and get rich quicker. But of course, sometimes patience is a virtue. And that particular day, Dr. J was lacking patience. So that's what happened. I missed out on a 50% gain or more, probably an 80% gain. What else? Greg is saying hi to everybody. Greg is giving an opinion on PTN. Jigglypuff. And yes, Jiggly remembers. That's right. Yeah, you remember when I said I lost patience. Well, I shouldn't have. It's kind of silly in retrospect that I've lost patience. All right, so let's look at the Dow. I'd almost rather not look at the Dow. Look at how close we came to that all-time high, which I drew in right here. Just under. We had a high of 26,907. We needed to get 26,951. We were 44 points away from a new all-time high and missed it, only to give it back, give back all the gains, turn negative on the day, but basically form a doji. Not quite a doji, but very close. Close enough that I will call it a doji. And it is a gravestone doji with a fairly tall upper shadow. And that has portended bad things when it comes at the end of a run-up. And look where it came at the end of about 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The 15th candle. So that's a significant number of days, 3-week run-up. And I hope we don't end, but we ended Friday with a gravestone doji. The Economist has headlines saying that the markets are looking a bit frothy given the new manufacturing numbers. But I don't know that you can correlate them just like that. I mean, there's not a totally direct correlation between the markets and ISM or manufacturers' surveys or whatever the statistic is. The markets seem to have a mind of their own. So I'm hoping that I'm expecting that we take out the old high on Monday and then give it all back, much like we did on Friday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another doji, open up midway through this candle, make a new all-time high, and then give it all back, maybe end negative. So that's what I'm thinking will happen, and which would make me happy because as it stands now, we're looking at a double top should there be a pullback. And I don't like double tops. So just a little thing I have against double tops. Anyway, this has been a beautiful 3 weeks, but I have a feeling that it's going to come to a little bit of an end. Maybe we come back down to close this gap on 6-1. We come down to 26,165, or let's just call it 26,000 even, which would be a 719 point give back. That is a lot. I mean, there's no question. What is it, about 267 points is 1%. It's about 2.5%. It's not that much. All right, so I'm calling for a 2.5%, maybe a 3% correction in the Dow. And I guess we're going to get the same thing in the RUT. Let's take a look at the RUT. Of course, I'm talking like it's a done deal. Of course, it's not a done deal. The markets don't have to go down. They don't have to respect the gravestone doji candle just because it has a history of doing so in the recent year or so. So in the last 12 months, it's been an unbelievable predictor of a correction. But maybe this time it doesn't happen. And that's the beautiful thing about the market. The future is not always represented by the past. Often it is, but often it isn't. All right, so I shouldn't talk like it's a done deal just because I said that it's a possibility. It's always a possibility, but I think the possibility is a little stronger than it sometimes is on any given day. So what have we on the RUT? We have a similar, very nice move, just like we put in on the Dow, from a low of 1460 about 3 weeks ago to a high on Thursday of 1570. Unlike the Dow, it did not turn in a higher high on Friday than it did on Thursday. So it's already showing weakness. So, I mean, it's very likely that we will get a pullback, probably to this area here. Let's see, right about the low of the day here, 1512. Let's just say 1500, 50 points on the Russell would give us about, I don't know, would give us about 3.5 pullback percent. 3.5% maybe, something like that. So I think this low will hold. The low of a couple of weeks ago, which is June the 12th, 1513. June the 12th is only 11 days ago, as a matter of fact. So I think that low will hold. That candle will hold its support right there. And we will probably go up at the open, just like the Dow, and then pull back. So I'm having a very detailed, almost psychic experience with you guys, predicting not only that we'll have a correction, but how it unfolds, first up then down. Okay, of course, it could be down then up then down. It could be a lot of different things. And again, it doesn't have to correct. And again, even if it does correct, I think it's healthy after a 3-week run-up to have a small correction. So I'm not at all, well, I can't say I'm not at all perturbed. I'm a little perturbed because I don't like any pullbacks. I certainly didn't like the pullback in CGC, which we're going to look at next after CVM. CVM, I like the action on CVM, as I said on Friday. It's been a wonderful chart, and on Friday it had a very beautiful day. Not on heavy volume, but it moved up above its recent high. No, just shy of its recent high of 847. It put in a high of 824. So we almost made a new high, came very close, pulled back a little. But notice, unlike the Dow, where the upper shadow is much bigger than the lower shadow, which is non-existent, here the lower shadow is much bigger than the upper. So I like the looks of this candle far better than I do the Dow, which is very bearish looking to me. This is not so bearish looking at all. In fact, it's pretty positive looking, pretty bullish looking, especially when you see the upward ascent varying away from the trend line, basically almost parabolic explosion. So I see it taking out the 847 number that we almost took out on Friday. I see that happening on Monday, especially if the market is strong at the open, like I think it will be. It may fall back later in the day, like everything else. I mean, CVM is not impervious to a strong downward spiral if that's what occurs. All right, CGC. CGC disappointed, Dr. J. It is one of my two biggest pot holdings, and it failed to meet its expectations on the bottom and top lines on Friday, and it paid for it, down 8%. That was a big hit to my portfolio. Full screen. And not only that, it brought down Kronos, which is another one of my bigger holdings in the pot world. All right, so we see the chart. It looks very much like it will find support at 38.38 if it gets down that low. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I'm fairly confident it will, because if it doesn't, I think you could see a major drop all the way to $25 area that we were at before Christmas. So I think this is an extremely critical area right here, that we hold at 38.38. 38.38. What an easy number to remember. I'll probably forget it as soon as I end the broadcast. But 38.38, write it down, because if it closes below 38.38, I don't like my prospects going forward on CGC. I think there's going to be more punishment before the turnaround. So I want to see it turn around before 38.38. I want this to hold. I mean, if you draw the trend line that we were in, it was clearly violated. It was a yuck day, a really yucky day for pot stocks. A really yucky day for CGC, with the exception of tlry. tlry is a clear-cut winner in the pot land. It had a run over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 12 days, from a low of 34.30 to a high on Friday of 51.03. And besides that 16-point move up, which is like almost 50%, is it 50%? 18 and 36 is 46. Yeah, almost 50%. There's a bullish looking candle on Friday. So tlry has been the place to be. I spotted it moving up right around here and should have jumped in, but I didn't. And now I'm kicking myself for not being a participant in tlry's big move. I did point it out along the way, saying buy it on dips was my opinion. And I guess it's still my opinion. Buy it on dips. Its market cap is relatively low. Let's just see what the market cap is on tlry. The chart is so good. The market cap is only 4.9 billion compared to, I think, CGC's is something like 12 billion, I think. Let's take a look. Market cap on CGC is, wow, 13.8 billion. When you have a 13.8 billion, 14 billion market cap, you better perform. You better not show increasingly negative earnings, or the market will punish you. There's no question about it. So Canopy Growth shareholders, including Dr. J, I am totally braced. I mean, what strategy should I take? Sell, write calls, buy puts, or just turn the other cheek? Ignore maybe don't look at it for about a year, because I think a year from now it will be much higher at $40. So no matter what it does, even if it goes all the way back down to 26, I'm still confident it will be up 12 months from today. Okay, so that's Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York. And I want to say shalom, au revoir, sayonara, arrivederci. I want to say happy trading. I want to say I hope you had a great weekend. It's been a great weekend, a wonderful day today in Long Island, New York. And I'm going to end it here because the camera is not focusing very well on me. You see, there I am. I'm slouched in my chair. I was ready to hang up on you guys. But now I'm going to sit up and I'm going to say V for victory. Hang in there, folks. The markets will go up. We're still going to have a sis boom bar rally, even if we give back 2 to 3% over the short term. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.